this video, we're going to take a look at 5 very high-yield dividend stocks billionaires are piling into. Investing in dividend stocks could be a good strategy, especially if you are looking for a steady stream of income. Many companies choose to distribute at least a portion of their profits as dividends to their shareholders. In this way, investors in dividend stocks obtain income from 2 streams: the dividend payout and the returns generated by the stock appreciation. Companies that don't pay dividends usually reinvest them into further growth, providing investors with higher returns from stock appreciation, whereas dividends are often paid by more mature companies. Therefore, a company that pays a high dividend is also reassuring its investors regarding its financial situation. Since dividend-paying companies are usually those that have built a solid position on the market and are often quite mature in terms of growth, it does mean that you, as an investor, trade off some of the returns that you can get from investing in growth companies. However, in addition to steady dividend payouts, you also get less volatility and less risk. Depending on your risk profile, you can allocate various portions of your portfolio towards growth stocks and companies that pay a dividend. Of course, there are different times, and not always companies can maintain a steady dividend payout. However, there is an elite list of businesses called Dividend Aristocrats, which encompasses companies that are included in the S&P 500 index and have grown their dividends every year for at least 25 years. Despite the economy turbulence, these companies still manage to raise their dividend. In our list of very high-yield dividend stocks billionaires are piling into, one company is a dividend aristocrat, as you will find out later. Now, once you decide to add one or several dividend-paying companies to your portfolio, you have quite a large list to pick from. Of course, you can narrow it down to the aforementioned list of dividend aristocrats, or even further to dividend kings, which are companies that have been growing their dividends for the past 50 years. For example, Altria Group Inc., NYSE-MO, which is also one of the high-yield dividend stocks are piling into, is a dividend king. Altria Group Inc. NYSE-MO has been growing its dividend for the past 54 years. Even earlier this year, Altria Group Inc. NYSE-MO added 0.04 to its quarterly dividend, taking it to $0.98 per share. Alternatively, when looking for dividend stocks to invest in, you can take a look at what hedge funds are doing. Hedge funds like investing in dividend stocks as a way to obtain steady returns, but also to mitigate their risk from other investments. We have compiled a list of top 16 dividend stocks to buy according to hedge funds. In addition, there is a select list of hedge funds which are managed by billionaire investors. Given the solid returns that contributed to these people's high net worth, we believe it's worth taking a closer look into what billionaires are piling into. We have scanned the 13F filings of hedge funds led by billionaires and identified the most popular stocks that billionaires are bullish on as of the end of September. In order to identify the 10 very high-yield dividend stocks billionaires are piling into, we looked at the dividend yields for these stocks, which represents the percentage return from dividends on every dollar invested in the stock. Once we had the dividend yield, we focused on stocks that have a dividend yield above 5%. On Truist Financial Corp., NYSE TFC, Nonyer of Billionaire Investors, 13. Dividend yield, 6.06%. Our list kicks off with Truist Financial Corp., NYSE TFC, a North Carolina-headquartered bank holding company that operates in 15 states and Washington, D.C. At the end of September, there were 13 billionaires hedge funds bullish on the company, including David E. Shaw's D.E. Shaw, Cliff Asness's AQR Capital Management, and Israel Englander's Millennium Management. For the last quarter, Truist Financial Corp., NYSE TFC, reported EPS of $0.84, beating the consensus estimate of $0.83, and its revenue of $573 billion was also slightly above expectations. In addition, in October, Truist Financial Corp., NYSE TFC, declared a quarterly dividend of $0.52 per share, in line with the previous payout. During the third quarter earnings call, Truist Financial Corp., NYSE TFC CFO Mike McGuire said that paying the dividend is one of the company's primary capital priorities alongside supporting the organic growth needs of new and existing core clients. Key Corp., NYSE Key, Nonyer of Billionaire Investors, 11. Dividend yield, 6.19%. Then there's Key Corp., NYSE Key, another bank holding company, although a regional one. Recently, Key Corp., NYSE Key, lowered its fourth quarter income outlook. During a presentation at the Goldman Sachs 2023 U.S. Financial Services Conference, KeyCorp NYSE Key said it expects non-interest income to fall by 5% to 8% over the quarter, compared to a previous outlook of an increase between 1% and 3%. Nevertheless, the company's last financial report was quite solid, with both EPS of $29 and revenue of $157 billion beating the consensus estimates. In addition, the company declared a quarterly dividend of $0.205 payable in December. During the third quarter, billionaire Ken Griffin's Citadel Investment Group boosted its stake in KeyCorp NYSE Key by over 400% to 22.21 million shares worth $238.98 million. 3. Kinder Morgan Inc. NYSE KMI. 9-year of billionaire investors. 11. Dividend yield. 6.38%. Next on our list of very high-yield dividend stocks billionaires are piling into is Kinder Morgan Inc., NYSE KMI, whose stock sports a dividend yield of 6.38% and saw 11 billionaires holding shares as of the end of September. In November, Kinder Morgan Inc., NYSE KMI, said it had reached an agreement to acquire NextEra Energy Partners' South Texas assets, STX Midstream. Following the completion of the deal valued at $182 billion, Kinder Morgan Inc., NYSE KMI, will get access to a pipeline system that connects the Eagle Ford Basin with Mexico and Gulf Coast markets. Moreover, earlier this month, Kinder Morgan announced the primary guidance for 2024, saying it expects net income of $1.21 per share. In addition, the company said it plans to pay an annualized dividend of $1.15 per share in 2024, which would represent the 7th consecutive year of dividend growth. 4. Eagle Bancorp Inc., NASDAQ EGBN, 9-year of billionaire investors. 12. Dividend yield 6.84%. The stock of Eagle Bancorp Inc., NASDAQ EGBN, slid by more than 40% since the beginning of the year, amid concerns about the state of the banking sector and the U.S. economy following the collapse of 3 major regional banks. Nevertheless, the company is currently paying a quarterly dividend of $0.45 per share, and last year announced a buyback of 1.60 million shares. For the latest quarter, Eagle Bancorp Inc., NASDAQ EGBN, posted EPS of $0.91, beating the estimates by $0.19, while its revenue of $70.7 million came in slightly lower than expected. Among the top shareholders of Eagle Bancorp Inc., NASDAQ EGBN, are billionaires Israel Englanders Millennium Management and Cliff Asness AQR Capital Management, which disclosed stakes worth $11.73 million and $7.75 million respectively in their latest 13F filings. 5. Verizon Communications Inc., NYSE VZ, 9-year of billionaire investors. 12. Dividend yield 6.89%. Communication company Verizon Communications Inc., NYSE VZ, also made the list of 10 very high-yield dividend stocks billionaires are piling into, as 12 billionaire investors are bullish on the company, whose stock has a dividend yield of around 6.9%. Earlier this month, Verizon Communications Inc., NYSE VZ, declared a dividend of $0.0665 per share, in line with the previous. Verizon has been raising its dividend every year since 2007, the latest being a 1.9% increase declared in June. Due to its steady dividend growth, low volatility, and solid financials, Verizon Communications Inc., NYSE VZ, is one of the best widow and orphan stocks to buy. During the third quarter, billionaire Israel Englanders Millennium Management boosted its position in Verizon by 4.62 million shares to 4.69 million shares, while billionaire Ken Griffin's Citadel Investment Group raised its stake by 600% to 457 million shares. Thank you so much for watching this video. We appreciate your continued support and look forward to serving you with more exciting videos in the future. We hope it has been helpful in understanding the world of passive income. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and comment below, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video from Passive Income Journey 777.